A custom Chevy Bel Air, a tribute to the Jungle Jim funny car, one of the most famous drag cars in history. A review of the all-new Hyundai Sonata and a review of the all-new Mini Cooper wagon. All that and more coming up right here on the SST Car Show. SST is brought to you by Stark Auto Sales, home of the ultimate worldwide scratch and dent car sale. Hey friends, I'm Rick Walker. Welcome to another edition of the SST Car Show. We have a lot of really cool stuff to share with you today, a lot of it from the Syracuse Nationals, probably the biggest car show on the right coast in Syracuse, New York. We'll show you a custom Chevy Bel Air, a Ford Torino with a very cool custom paint job. We'll show you the Jungle Jim funny car. A lot of you will remember that car from the 1970s. You may have even purchased and built model kits of that vehicle. And we are also going to review the all-new Mini Cooper wagon. But first, here's our review of the all-new Hyundai Sonata as supplied by Van Kesteren Hyundai in Chatham, Kent, Ontario. Hyundai is offering exceptional value with their new Sonata. From humble beginnings, the Sonata has matured over 6 generations into a really nice mid-size luxury family sedan. With 185 horsepower under the hood, performance is snappy. Upgrade to the 2-liter turbocharged engine and you'll get 245 horsepower and performance that will make driving a lot more fun. We went to Van Kesteren Hyundai in Chatham, Ontario for our test drive. Our test vehicle was well equipped. The ride is firm and still comfortable. And inside, it's quiet, very quiet. The Sonata is tight, it's built very well, and it's roomy. The Sonata has been given a makeover with a new exterior that is described by its designers as fluidic sculpture. The lines are clean and they flow from front to back. The fender flares are distinct. The grille is bold. Altogether, this is an attractive car. The Sonata offers different drive modes to enhance either fuel economy or performance, so you can change the settings with the push of a button to suit your taste or the driving conditions. This is a car that will go head-to-head with the Ford Fusion, Toyota Camry, and Honda Accord. In fact, its build quality, standard features, and list of options put this one alongside the leaders in the mid-size car segment. The price point sitting in the mid-$30,000 range, well equipped, also makes this a great value. In summary, the Hyundai Sonata is a mid-size class leader. Those who buy one will get more than their money's worth. It's a car that offers a heap of luxury and true value. This car will appeal to business people, families, or anyone looking for a great car with a few extras at a practical price. That's why the Hyundai Sonata is SST approved. Every year we go to the Syracuse Nationals Car Show in Syracuse, New York. It's huge. They fill the New York State Fairgrounds with cool cars. But every year they pick 6 that are the best of the best. Here's an overview. The best of the best car builders come here to the Syracuse Nationals each year to compete for this. It's the Winfield Award. And the award really honors Gene Winfield, custom car designer who has become a huge legend. You've seen him here on the SST Car Show before. We've interviewed him several times. Gene, of course, is a legendary custom car designer, a legendary car painter, pinstriper. He has designed cars for the movies and television shows. He's even done spaceships for shows like Star Trek, and he did all of the flying cars in the movie Blade Runner with Harrison Ford, directed by Ridley Scott. But these guys come here to honor Gene Winfield and to compete for this coveted award, the Winfield Award, every year here at the Syracuse Nationals.
What we have here is Quicksilver. It's a 1957 Chevy pickup.
This is the Mercamino. It combines the bodies of a 1950 Mercury four-door sedan and the body of a 1983 Chevy El Camino. You'll also see parts on here from a Chrysler Cordoba from the 1980s. That's where the headlights came from. And it also has Corvette suspension parts and a mishmash of other parts from a variety of other cars.
The hardtop comes off of this 1948 Studebaker Street Rod. They call this customized 1969 Camaro Bad Company.
These are not your ordinary street rods. These are show cars, and they are some of the best show cars you will see anywhere in the world. There's really nothing stock about any of these vehicles. Look at this one. The lines on this thing, they're all custom, and every one of the cars in the Select 6 here, they're all steel. You're not seeing any fiberglass here. This is master craftsmanship at its finest.
This 1937 Ford Coupe is called Relentless.
Now, if you'd like to know which one of these vehicles came out on top this year, visit our website, the SST Car Show. That's SSTCarshow.com or StreetSportTelevision.com. We'll have more information about all of these vehicles, along with more photos and, of course, video. Don't go away. When we come back, we'll review the all-new Mini Cooper wagon.
Hi, I'm Brittany. There's more SST coming up.
Steve Plunkett presents the Fleetwood Country Cruise-In, featuring 100 years of Dodge and Canada's Dukes of Hazzard cast reunion. Meet Tom Wopat, John Schneider, Rick Hurst, Sonny Schroyer, General Lee mechanic Tom Sarmenta, and other celebrities like George Barris, Linda Vaughn, Courtney Hanson, Gene Winfield, and Dennis Gay. See square dancing tractors, over 4,000 vintage cars, and dozens of General Lees. June 6th and 7th, 9282 Elviage Drive, London, Ontario. Visit FleetwoodCountryCruisin.com for more info on an automotive extravaganza like no other. Automotive artist Michael Irvin presents his latest high-powered paintings. Michael's signature use of reflections pays a unique tribute to classic and current Camaros in Blast by the Past. Signed limited edition prints, artist proofs, large canvases. View the online gallery and purchase at michaelirvin.com or call toll-free 1-800-361-5484. Free worldwide shipping. Own a piece of the powerful, surreal world of automotive artist Michael Irvin. Looking for a better way to buy a car? Stark Auto Sales holds insurance recovery auctions every Monday. SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, motorcycles, even exotic sports cars. Thousands of vehicles in stock. Some are rebuildable wrecks, some just parts cars. Others are damage-free theft recoveries. You can save a lot of money bidding in person or online. Stark ships worldwide. If you're looking for a better way to buy a car, stop by the next Monday auction at 119 Union Street, Toronto, or visit StarkAutoSales.com.
The Southern Ontario Military Muster. See war reenactments, weapons demonstrations, vintage military vehicles. Honor the World War II veterans with a Veterans Parade marking the anniversary of VE Day, and the Portraits of Honor display paying tribute to Afghan vets. Tour the trenches, and don't miss this year's new attraction, the Supermodels America Vintage Fashion Show. The Southern Ontario Military Muster, June 13th and 14th at the Essex Sports Complex Arena and Grounds in Essex, Ontario. Visit militarymuster.ca.
Turn back the hands of time with antique Chevrolet parts. Since 1971, we've been sourcing parts from around the world to help you restore and maintain antique Chevs. Nose to tail fins, we have your parts. Call us toll free at 1-866-767-2787. Get help from a real person or go to antiquechev.com. Download a catalog, order online, delivered to your front door. Antique Chev, helping you turn back the hands of time.
Automotive artist Michael Irvin presents his latest high-powered paintings. Winter's setting sun casts long blue shadows, camouflaging Shelbys in pure as the driven snow. Signed limited edition prints, artist proofs, large canvases. View the online gallery and purchase at michaelirvin.com or call toll-free 1-800-361-5484. Free worldwide shipping. Own a piece of the powerful, surreal world of automotive artist Michael Irvin. Steve Plunkett presents the Fleetwood Country Cruise-In, featuring 100 years of Dodge and Canada's Dukes of Hazzard cast reunion. Meet Tom Wopat, John Schneider, Rick Hurst, Sonny Schroyer, General Lee mechanic Tom Sarmenta, and other celebrities like George Barris, Linda Vaughn, Courtney Hanson, Gene Winfield, and Dennis Gay. See square dancing tractors, over 4,000 vintage cars, and dozens of General Lees. June 6th and 7th, 9282 Elviage Drive, London, Ontario. Visit FleetwoodCountryCruisin.com for more info on an automotive extravaganza like no other.
Hey friends, welcome back to the SST Car Show. Off we go to the Syracuse Nationals again for a quick look at a very cool custom Chevy Bel Air that we found there this year. We take you now to Denver, Colorado, to the mountains to drive a Mini Cooper wagon. Here's our review with myself and our own Maggie Yule. Through the mountains of Colorado and along the expressways in Denver, it was a 3-day Mini Cooper Clubman trek for two, for me and my SST cohort, Maggie Yule. We filled this car with cargo. We used it in the same ways the average driver would day to day, but we also had fun with it. The Mini Cooper Clubman is every bit a Mini, but it's longer, about 3 inches longer in the middle and about 6 inches longer in the back. It's a soccer mom's dream wagon, but it does have its drawbacks, the biggest being the base 120 horsepower engine. The car with the base engine had trouble keeping up with faster moving traffic on the highway. I found myself putting the accelerator all the way to the floor more often than I would like, with disappointing results. Fuel economy. That's the upside with the little engine. I don't know exactly what the fuel economy ratings are in this car, but man, we've been driving this thing for hours and hours and hours. We put no gas in it, and we've only burned about a half a tank. Our test car also suffered from painful throttle lag. Step hard on the gas pedal while you're driving down the highway, and you'll likely have to wait a full 1 to 1.5 seconds before the vehicle responds at all. And that is no exaggeration, it's a serious shortcoming. The solution? Buy the sportier, more powerful models. The Mini Cooper Clubman comes in 3 trim levels, and the more powerful engines offer as much as 200 horsepower, almost double what the base engine produces. The build quality? Not quite as tight as I thought it'd be. Fuel economy? Better than expected. Performance? Not what I was hoping for. Handling? Good marks. It's a pretty soft ride, but firm enough to give you a responsive feel. Storage space, it's versatile, especially with this wagon configuration.
Seats fold down, pretty cool. Down here is where all the window controls are, which is a little strange. I think it takes a little bit getting used to. This is kind of cool, but it kind of like wears off a little bit, the novelty, because when you're driving, you kind of have to look to the side a little bit.
Style is sort of modern steampunk, and that makes it cool. The style is what appeals most to Mini fans, which is why the new Mini Clubman will no doubt sell well. So that's the bottom line on the Mini. When we come back, our review of the Mini Cooper wagon continues, and we'll give you the verdict.
Don't touch that dial. We have more SST coming your way.
Looking for a better way to buy a car? Stark Auto Sales holds insurance recovery auctions every Monday. SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, motorcycles, even exotic sports cars. Thousands of vehicles in stock. Some are rebuildable wrecks, some just parts cars. Others are damage-free theft recoveries. You can save a lot of money bidding in person or online. Stark ships worldwide. If you're looking for a better way to buy a car, stop by the next Monday auction at 119 Union Street, Toronto, or visit starkautosales.com.
The Southern Ontario Military Muster. See war reenactments, weapons demonstrations, vintage military vehicles. Honor the World War II veterans with a Veterans Parade marking the anniversary of VE Day, and the Portraits of Honor display paying tribute to Afghan vets. Tour the trenches, and don't miss this year's new attraction, the Supermodels America Vintage Fashion Show. The Southern Ontario Military Muster, June 13th and 14th at the Essex Sports Complex Arena and Grounds in Essex, Ontario. Visit militarymuster.ca.
Steve Plunkett presents the Fleetwood Country Cruise-In, featuring 100 years of Dawn and Canada's Dukes of Hazzard cast reunion. Meet Tom Wopat, John Schneider, Rick Hurst, Sonny Schroyer, General Lee mechanic Tom Sarmenta, and other celebrities like George Barris, Linda Vaughn, Courtney Hanson, Gene Winfield, and Dennis Gage. See square dancing tractors, over 4,000 vintage cars, and dozens of General Lees. June 6th and 7th, 9282 Elviage Drive, London, Ontario. Visit FleetwoodCountryCruisin.com for more info on an automotive extravaganza like no other.
Turn back the hands of time with antique Chevrolet parts. Since 1971, we've been sourcing parts from around the world to help you restore and maintain antique Chevs. Nose to tail fins, we have your parts. Call us toll free at 1-866-767-2787. Get help from a real person or go to antiquechev.com. Download a catalog, order online, delivered to your front door. Antique Chev, helping you turn back the hands of time.
The Southern Ontario Military Muster. See war reenactments, weapons demonstrations, vintage military vehicles. Honor the World War II veterans with a Veterans Parade marking the anniversary of VE Day, and the Portraits of Honor display paying tribute to Afghan vets. Tour the trenches, and don't miss this year's new attraction, the Supermodels America Vintage Fashion Show. The Southern Ontario Military Muster, June 13th and 14th at the Essex Sports Complex Arena and Grounds in Essex, Ontario. Visit militarymuster.ca.
Automotive artist Michael Irvin presents his latest high-powered paintings. Roadrunners, Birdseed, and the reflection of Wile E. Coyote all give a nod to the classic cartoon in Beep Beep. Signed limited edition prints, artist proofs, large canvases. View the online gallery and purchase at michaelirvin.com or call toll-free 1-800-361-5484. Free worldwide shipping. Own a piece of the powerful, surreal world of automotive artist Michael Irvin.
Looking for a better way to buy a car? Stark Auto Sales holds insurance recovery auctions every Monday. SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, motorcycles, even exotic sports cars. Thousands of vehicles in stock. Some are rebuildable wrecks, some just parts cars. Others are damage-free theft recoveries. You can save a lot of money bidding in person or online. Stark ships worldwide. If you're looking for a better way to buy a car, stop by the next Monday auction at 119 Union Street, Toronto, or visit starkautosales.com.
Hey friends, welcome back to the SST Car Show. Our review of the all-new Mini Cooper wagon continues now in the mountains of Colorado with myself and our own Maggie Yule. Look, the car it's a cool little car. It's got pretty cool style, but I don't know, man, like, this one is not the turbocharged model. It obviously does not have the higher end engine. This has got to be the base motor because this car needs more power. I find that in order to keep up to traffic, you're almost to the floor. And because there isn't a lot of power, it takes a considerable amount of time before it really gets up and gets going to where you need it to be.
Here's a handle. We got a back seat. Oh, and there's a piece that fell off of the car. It wasn't us, I swear. This usually has a panel on it, which is right here. And what happened to that Oh, same thing. It just decided it didn't want to be attached to the car anymore. So it's pretty cool, pretty funky. Seats fold down, pretty cool. But I wouldn't try to fold the seat down because I think it'd fall off. And we've been driving through the mountains a lot. How does it handle through the mountains?
It does handle pretty well. Now this is the longer wheelbase, I think, because it's the wagon. So it doesn't handle as well as the regular Mini, but it handles pretty well, man. It's a pretty tight little car, so thumbs up for handling. For me, though, I don't really care for the layout inside the cockpit. I notice, like, for me, I want my speedometer in front of me so that I can keep my eyes on the road and just glance down at that speedo. With this car, I have to glance over to the right, and I'm really having a hard time getting used to that.
It's seeming like Mini is kind of like its own little niche. Sorry, Mini fans, for this review.
Now, another car that we found at the Syracuse Nationals was a tribute car. This thing pays tribute to the Jungle Jim funny car, drag car that won a lot of races, turned a lot of heads, and made a lot of memories back in the 1970s. And you'll probably remember this as a car that you saw on store shelves as a model kit back in the 70s. Take a look at this thing. This car is impeccable. I mean, very nicely done. It's a spot-on reproduction of the famous funny car that everybody remembers.
My name's Glenn Galtieri. I'm retired, actually, and I'm from just outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
What you have here is really a world-famous funny car, but it isn't the original funny car. This is a tribute car.
Yes. Actually, the driver was more world-famous than these cars were. This car, the original car, was destroyed in Englishtown in 1970, and I've been collecting Jungle Jim memorabilia since 1969 as a kid with model kits and stuff like that. And he was a local guy. He only lived probably maybe 15 minutes from my home. So he was one of my heroes back in the day, and even is today. And I collected the model kits and all that stuff, but up until I had enough money to do a car, I wanted to do a tribute car. Because I'm not a racer. It's a little bit too much money for me on my budget to do it. And I have friends that do it, and I'll just watch them guys go, race their stuff, So to me, I have an agreement with Jungle's brother Bob to display the cars as a tribute to keep Jungle Jim's memory alive through the cars.
What was it that made this car so famous? I guess it was the record that he accumulated with the vehicle.
Well, this particular car, was probably more famous. It started out in California, the West Coast, and it was painted blue. And he ran it out there for quite a while, maybe 4 or 5 months, came back east, had the car painted red, and lettered by a local pinstriper who is 80 years old today and redid the car for me. So he's still alive, and he still has the original stencils. His name's Jim the Painter, and he was thrilled to do it. And they kind of went a little bit overboard on this car. It's probably a lot nicer than it was when it was real.
And tell me about the mechanics, the mechanical components in this vehicle. The engine. What about the transmission and the chassis?
Okay, well, the chassis is an original 1970 Logie Stage 2 chassis, which was built out in the Midwest by a company that built these chassis. They started out with a Stage 1 chassis. They progressed to the Stage 2 chassis, and each time they progressed, they would narrow some things or lengthen some things, add a little bit more safety features. It's an original Logie chassis. The body is made by a fella named Ron Pellegrini, and his company name was Fiberglass Ltd. And the body's an original 1970 body built back in the day. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to keep as much originality as I possibly could. All the tin work in this car and some of the suspension work, my buddy Roger and I, we did all that stuff ourselves. We enjoy actually putting them together more than anything. Showing them, yeah, it's nice too. We do that too. And but we enjoy building them. I mean, it's like building a big model kit. Is really, they're fairly easy and fairly simple, as you can see. There's not much to them.
And these things were model kits. That's one of the things that made this car so famous.
Yes, they called them plastic fantastics because they were a fiberglass body. And you could just see if you took the body off of this car and the bare chassis was sitting there, it looks like a giant go-kart, you know. And they were light. They were under 2,000 pounds, and they put the biggest, most powerful engine they could put in there, you know, to go as fast as they could. And of course, they were blowing them up and they were crashing them all the time, and they would set them on fire. And paint jobs might last a week, a month, maybe 6 months. Painters and letterers were busy back then. And back in the day, there was lots of these cars. There was hundreds. People were building them out of swing sets, you know, just to be out there and to do it. It was a big heyday of things going on with the funny cars back in the day. Not so much today. It's all big show stuff. It's all big money. But I like the nostalgia stuff. There's a little niche of that going on today throughout the country, and to me, that's where it's at for me.
But you ain't gonna race this thing.
No, I've never been a racer. It's too expensive. You know, I don't know how to tune them. Physically, I can't do it, and we enjoy ourselves just taking them out and showing them. People really enjoy seeing it because it's been years and years and years that anybody has seen anything like these. You know, I mean, the fellow next door, he races his car. It's a lot more modern looking, chassis-wise, engine-wise. The body is nostalgia. This car here, my car, is period correct chassis and body. All the tin work, the steering, the wheels, the tires, as close as I could get it.
Well, thank you so much for sharing the car with us today, man. It was.
I really appreciate it.
I really, really like the car. It looks
Thank
awesome.
you very much. I really appreciate it. And you know what? That's why I do it, so people enjoy it.
Well, friends, we are out of time. I gotta go. But until next time, I'm Rick Walker reminding you, when you can't get to the car show, we will bring the car show to you at streetsporttv.com. Catch you later. See you on the next episode of SST.
This has been a Maverick Multimedia production.